Hello, I am TheHappyJawah, and I am reviewing a LEGO set, which I haven't done in a long time. Which is why I am starting off with the Rogue One 2017 Battle Pack. These have been available for like a month now. They've been widely available in both the UK and Australia. So that's how I got hold of mine. And yeah, let's just get straight into looking at the set. Okay, so it's not that bad, but it's basically just a rubbish ATDP. Very, very discounted ATDP. Kind of reminds me more of a mech with the way that it sort of shapes out like a body. Then these could be the little arms. I know you don't buy battle packs for the build, but they can at least be useful somewhat like they were back in the day. I can't imagine this in any mocks of like Imperial bases or outpost. And stick the figure up top, but he looks ridiculous because he sticks out so much. That window is going to protect nothing. Like, look at that. He's going to get shot directly in the face. It's terrible. There isn't even really any particularly useful parts in here. Unless you love stud shooters. Look at those stud shooters go. Bam. Fuck. Bam. Bam. Now let's move on to the main reason you're going to be buying this set, for the minifigures. And luckily they're pretty good ones. LEGO have finally made this newest version of the Stormtrooper more accessible by putting it in the battle pack. Obviously they didn't make it too easy for you because you only get two, which kind of sucks. It's still difficult to army build with these guys. But they do look absolutely fantastic. I love how much detail there is on the helmet, and the detail on the torso is great. And I've been known to criticise the more recent LEGO minifigures for just having too much detail and it looks too messy. And like, it's hardly worth it being LEGO anymore because a lot of the charm is in its simplicity. But these guys just get away with it, I think. I especially love the helmet. It just looks fantastic. And also they're nice and clean Stormtroopers. They're not the battle damaged ones we got in last year's battle pack. They're just normal bog standard troopers that you can have 100 of. And they're of course equipped with stud shooters. I'm gonna have a little stud shooter rant now. For starters, do kids even like them? No, I don't think anyone likes them. It would be fine if it was playability, but the fact that they don't even resemble anything in the Star Wars universe, let alone E11, I think it is that Stormtroopers use. It's just terrible. That's more like one of those air cannons, and the worst part of it all is the fact that the bloomin' studs make up like 90% of the piece count. So I guarantee these battle packs are like £2 more expensive than they need to be, just because of the inclusion of these stupid stud shooters that no one even wants in the first place. Oh, it's terrible. Just go back to the normal stuff, like nobody likes stud shooters. As I said, you only get 2 standard Stormtroopers in this set because the other 2 figures included are Death Troopers, and man do they look cool. I actually much prefer this torso design to the one included in Krennic's shuttle. Like, Krennic's shuttle has like tubes coming out the bottom and they get cut off, and it's just a bit too cluttered, too many grey lines all over the torso. I like this more basic, clean look, and that helmet. That helmet is amazing. It's so sleek looking and just smooth, and it works so well. There's the little green printing there to represent the lights. Unfortunately, the visor, the eyes themselves aren't like a dark green, like the plastic used for the eyes. That would have been really cool. Same with the Stormtroopers to represent the newer Rogue One Stormtroopers. Like, the eyes being like a very subtle green colour would be sweet, but it's fine the way it is. I think it looks great. They get stud shooters, of course. I do kind of miss the pauldrons of the Krennic shuttle, because even though there are Death Troopers in the film that look like this with none of the bits and bobs all over them, they just look like naked Death Troopers, essentially. I do like it when there's more going on. It just makes them a bit more intimidating and more powerful looking. With a subtle bit of customization, you can have them looking their normal, intimidating selves. As I said, I still like the standard look of them, the way they come in this set, but adding a pauldron and like some custom weapons. I even added some tiles under their feet to make them taller than normal figures. It just adds so much more, and they look super cool. I even replaced the head underneath with the more preferable clone trooper head, Stormtrooper head, instead of angry clone, which we seem to be stuck with for the foreseeable future for Stormtroopers, which doesn't really bother me that much, because how often are they going to be taking their helmets off, and if they do, you're likely to have a head to just replace it with anyway. So overall, I would give this set a Black Series K2SO out of a exclusive George Lucas edition Stormtrooper. I think the minifigures are very strong, the two Stormtroopers are fantastic, the Death Troopers are really cool, even minus the pauldron, but the build is weak, even for Battle Pack standards, and the increasing inclusion of stud shooters is starting to get pretty annoying, even though you can just replace them with one of the many normal blasters you have in your collection. It just seems like a waste of money and resources, especially with your billion extra studs that buff up the piece count and therefore the value of the set. But as soon as these become available in your local area, I recommend picking them up. I'm certainly going to get at least one or two more, just to get more of that standard Stormtrooper, and a decent squadron of Death Troopers without having to buy Krennic's shuttle. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the Rogue One Y-Wing review, which will be coming very soon. Welcome to the annual TheHappyJawah Christmas special! Yay! I love Christmas, so I wanted to make sure I got a video out for Christmas. Christmas